So, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. Welcome to the 187th meeting of Chalk and Duster Toastmaster Club. I am Tanisha, your sergeant at arms for today's meeting, and it's an honor to be the first speaker for today. So, before that, let's take a moment to remind ourselves of our club's mission to create positive and supportive space where members are empowered to grow their communication and leadership skills, leading to increased confidence and personal growth. Before we dive into today's session, I kindly ask you to silence your cell phones and minimize distractions. Thank you. Please refrain from any side conversation during the meeting and try to avoid entering or leaving the room during the prepared speech segments. So now let's get started with a big round of applause as I welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Ravinder. So Toastmaster Ravinder, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanisha, for opening this meeting beautifully and with good positive energy. Yeah, greetings everyone. Good to see you, Toastmaster Parvad. First of all, thank you so much for helping me this week. Yeah, how are you all? Toastmaster Tanisha, kindly open your camera so that we can click a picture as we are 6. So you can post the picture in the group. So today is a meeting number 187, if I'm not wrong. So can we think that we can reach 200, meeting number 200? Tanisha is saying yes. What about others?
There's nothing to wish, I think. It will happen. But it's the
definitely.
time where we will be
It will
available on
happen.
that day or not. We have to ensure that we will be available physically or virtually wherever possible. That's it.
Exactly.
And it will be a great moment.
And what about the next Saturday meeting? This year we are having our club's 2nd anniversary. What is the plan? Sorry, Manoj, Lenka ji, we are not going to arrange one contest. I think we should arrange some fun activity. This time, I think Samriddhi and Tanisha can take lead on this thing. They can arrange something interesting, something funny. Kindly comment on this.
So I will also try to code it with Samriddhi and Tanisha.
Yeah, we all will be there. We all will be there. Yeah. I still remember the day when I joined this club, and that year, in the month of June, I conducted one meeting on the I was the master of ceremony, and I was not aware what is the master of ceremony. And that year, the club was announced as a President Distinguished Club, and the DTM Raj brother told me, Ravinder, would you like to be the MOC? First, I asked, what is MOC? At that time, I think Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale was there, and Toastmaster Meena Karmarkar was there. Meena and I took the lead that we will handle this meeting. And by chance, we planned for the Jim Corbett. And 1 week, I was completely digital detox, John. No network was there. So Raj Bharat announced that this meeting will stand cancelled. So as I joined, then the next day we planned that. Yeah. So this time, Samriddhi, Gaurav, even I will be there. Prabhat, Manoj, Lenka, and Toastmaster Tanisha. Kindly be ready with the new things. You may be thinking why Ravinder has wearing specs. Now, now this will be my new face. This will be now, yeah. Due to some health issue, some ear infection, so I'm taking care of my health. I'm getting old. Yeah. So there is no guest. So now is the time to invite Toastmaster of the day. What should I say? A versatile, experienced, seasoned Toastmaster who knows how to arrange the word, how to generate new words. I love to hear his impromptu speech from Farzi group. I still I always used to listen that. And please help me welcome Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. Let's hear from him. The topic is mystery of history. Let's hear from him. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Isn't history a mystery? Anyone want to disagree with me? Do we know our history? Sometimes history is written by the rulers the way they wish, and the historians modify to make it palatable for the ruling class. So most often we do not know what really happened. And that's the mystery of history. In fact, whenever we come to know the history of any person or a place, we get to know in depth. And when you know somebody or some place in depth, that gratitude, that enough feelings also get evokes. It is evolved and evokes, and we have some kind of natural empathy for that person or place. Or else it is superficial. We just judge people or a place on the face value. Now, two instances I'll be talking about today. First is tomorrow is 13th of April. What is beauty about this 13th of April?
Jallianwala Bagh massacre.
Okay, before that it is
Hanuman
Baisakhi.
Jayanti.
Huh? Yes?
Vaisakhi and Hanuman Jayanti.
Hanuman Jayanti is
I
today.
think
Today
it
is the
was
Hanuman
yesterday.
Jayanti.
Hanuman Jayanti was yesterday or today?
Today is the Hanuman
Today.
Jayanti. Tomorrow is the
Today is
Vaisakhi.
Hanuman Jayanti, and tomorrow is the harvest festival, Baisakhi.
Vaisakhi, yeah.
It's a generally, though it is talked about in the place where Ravinder hails from, Punjab, but throughout India, it's a harvest festival. And it has got a, though it is a harvest festival, it has a spiritual link to. In Himachal Pradesh, they worship goddess Durga. In Bihar, they worship the nature's god, the sun god, Surya. And in southern India, they worship Vishnu or Krishna. Now, Baisakhi is too very important for Punjab because, and also for India, because the first day of the month Baisakh. And of course, it's a spring harvest celebration in Punjab. It also marks the birth of Khalsa order, which was instituted by the 10th Guru of Sikhism. Who is the 10th Guru, by the way?
Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji. That's why
Yeah, Guru
we will
Gobind Singh.
celebrate the foundation of the Khalsa Panth. Tomorrow will be
Yes,
celebrated as the foundation of the Khalsa Panth.
you are very right. So the Khalsa Panth was established by Guru Gobind Singh, and that will be celebrated by all people, all around the world, Sikhs especially. So it was established on 13th of April, 1699,
99.
long back. But it is always, as Ravinder mentioned in the beginning, 13th April 1999,
300.
1919 is a sad day in the history of this subcontinent. What to talk about subcontinent? I think it's a shameful day for the humanity. People went for celebration of Baisakhi, but the time was such, after paying their regards and respect to the Guru Granth Sahib at Golden Temple, they walked into Jallianwala Bagh. That's an open patch of land, but a narrow passage that goes to that place. So thousands were gathered over there. Simple villagers, ladies, and children. And that's the time Brigadier General Reginald Dyer, the British administrator of Punjab, go over there along with his soldiers, Gurkha and Sikh infantry regiments. They enter the narrow passes, take on their positions, and when the order was given, they started firing at people who didn't have any weapon in their hand, innocent civil gentry, and they're butchered like anything. There's a well, the water well inside that ground. People started jumping in because all three sides is covered by houses. They couldn't have climbed out and ran away. And the only passage was blocked by the soldiers. So mercilessly, people are butchered. And they went on shooting at these innocent people till they ran out of bullets. Around 1,500 were killed, around 1,200 injured. People jumped into the well, one after another. Heaps of dead bodies were lying over there. So that's a sad part of history. Recently, the week back, I was at Amritsar, got a chance to visit that place. And those walls still bear the mark of those bullets. It's like I found a lady going around, those exhibits are there. He started banging against the photograph of General Dyer as if he's taking out his top frustration. And once you go over there, you relive that history, as if that ambience still carries the cries and the pain of those innocent people, as if it has not evaporated away. The memorial stands over there, but the air and the ambience still contains what those people suffered during that time. With that, yes, Britishers thought it's a land of snake charmer, of uneducated people worshipping millions of deities, following archaic caste system. They never glorified India is that country where people all over the world came to learn in the ancient universities of Nalanda and Taxila. Its GDP was higher than any nation in the world. As far as literacy is concerned, wisdom. We don't talk about knowledge or information. Wisdom, that beacon of wisdom was there in India. And people used to come over here to gather those wisdom and go back. But the history says something else. Portrays us as uncouth, portrays us as illiterate, portrays us as the black races, though we call ourselves brown races. And in history books, we start mugging up the names of those great Mughals and those viceroys. We forget about our own heroes because they have not been portrayed well. But times are changing. We are galloping back. Let's see where this history takes us, but it's still a mystery need to be unraveled. With that, let's come to the meeting proper. We have got 3 segments today, 2 prepared speeches and 2 wonderful ladies who are galloping towards achieving whatever they have set their aim for. It is always a kind of pleasing feeling to listen to both these ladies, the way they speak. though they have joined us anew, newbies, but when they speak, they create an ambience where we can get transported to the world they create through the magic of the words. And second, of course, we'll have a TTM segment, then followed by the last one will be the general evaluation segment. And today, after a long, long time, we have got back a champion speaker who is holding the fort of being the general evaluator of today's meeting, Toastmaster Prabhat Bera. So over to you, the banker, the marathon runner, the influencer, and when he speaks substance. Now you can see when he speaks, everyone will take back something from whatever he speaks. With that, over to Toastmaster Prabhat Bera.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Manoj. What an overwhelming introduction. It's really it is. I'm really thankful and grateful for your so generous words. But it is the person who speaks that really counts how he sees others. Thank you once again. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I hope there are no guests today. On this 187th meeting of our Chalk and Duster meeting, I once again welcome and wish all the speakers to improve themselves as a speaker and leader, which is the basic essence and purpose of a Toastmaster in a Toastmaster International platform. Congratulations to all of you once again. The role of a general evaluator in general is, first of all, to make aware all the role players as well as all the other audience, especially in the form of guests, to make aware of how a typical Toastmasters club runs. Once you get a feel of the way it happens and what are the clear expectations from each one of us other guests, then it comes to role players. Certainly, the meeting cannot be completed without proper role players due to lack of adequate participation by members. So we are having multiple roles, and kudos once again for your leadership skills and taking those initiatives in the right moment. Today, I would be evaluating the overall meeting and the progress of the meeting from when it started till its conclusion, including presentation of my evaluation as well as the evaluation by my support role players like our counter and grammarian, since the our timer and grammarian, because the our counter role is vacant for today, as well as I will be giving a feedback on the evaluators if at all required, and on some occasions where if some improvement is required. So I will be presenting my evaluation towards the end of the meeting when the Toastmaster of the day or the Toastmaster of the meeting invites me to present so. So along with me, there is two role players are there, timer and grammarian, both of which have been taken by one Toastmaster. A leader is Gaurav. I would request Toastmaster Gaurav to introduce your role precisely and take note of things. And when the Toastmaster of the day would be calling us, we will be presenting the report then. Over to you, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Sure, thank you, Toastmaster Prabhat, and a very good evening to all of you. So today I am back. So I could not join last week, but I am excited to join back today. Still struggling to settle down things from one place to another, but yeah, that's part of parcel of the life. We should enjoy it and we should do it with heart. So that's the thought. So today, coming back to the topic. So today I will be performing two roles. First is the timer role. So as a timer, I will be watching the time usage by all the Toastmasters during their speeches. And in our meeting today, we have two prepared speeches, and the time allocated for the prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes. So at the end of 5 minutes, I will turn my virtual background to green. At the end of 6 minutes, I will turn my virtual background to yellow. And at the end of 7 minutes, I will turn my virtual background to red. Both the speakers will be granted 30 seconds. So the max they can stretch out is 7 minutes 30 seconds. And if they extend beyond that, their speech will be disqualified. Coming to the table topic, we all love table topic session, and the time allocated for the table topic is 1 to 2 minutes. So at the end of 1 minute, I will turn my virtual background to green. At the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, I will turn my virtual background to yellow, and at the end of 2 minutes, I will turn my virtual background to red. All the table topic speaker will be granted 30 seconds, and if their speech exceeds 2 minutes 30 seconds, it will not be qualified. So this was precisely the timer rules that I will be performing for today's meeting, and I will sharing the timers report at the end of the meeting whenever I will be called by the general evaluator for today's meeting. So this was on the timer. Again, I am very excited with the theme, and I would be performing the role of grammarian for today's meeting because the theme is getting correlated with the nostalgic memory, what we can correlate. So this gives us a lot of energy to improve our future. So that is the importance of history, that we should that it gets created. So as a grammarian, I will be looking on the usage of the word by all the speakers, the proper usage of English language, the grammars by all the speakers, and see the possibility where it can be improved. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to introduce you with the word of the day, and the word that I have selected is nostalgic, which correlates very well with the theme. Nostalgic means feeling, a feeling evoking or characterized by nostalgia. So, feeling affectionate or sentimental about past, especially a happy thing. So this is the meaning, and I encourage all the Toastmaster to use this word of the day for today's meeting. So this was on the grammarian. With this, I hand it back. I will share my grammarian report at the end of whenever I will could be called upon by the general evaluator, and I am really excited to listen to the speakers for today's meeting. With this, I like to hand it back to you, General Evaluator, for taking this lovely session forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gaurav, for precisely and very aptly presenting the introduction of the two role players in a single double hats and a single person taking it takes a lot of pain and courage to, I mean, accumulate and gather all this information put precisely in just 2 minutes. I really kudos to all of kudos to you. And this has been this improvement is mainly because of your regular participation in the club. What I observed in last 6 months. And this is the benefit of the Toastmasters or anyone comes to this platform and keep engaging in learning from this platform. Thank you very much once again, Gaurav. And I am also excited for learning from this theme, that mystery of history, and from the person who is versatile in this industry, and he'll be presenting with its own artistry, and I'll be looking at it at a very eager way. And the 200th, the next anniversary meeting of our club is coming the next week, and I'm also started feeling nostalgic from now onwards. I don't know about you, and I will be eagerly waiting for you. And without much ado, I hand over this mic to General Toastmaster of the day for the subsequent meetings. And but let me clearly inform that the first speaker, Tanisa, Samriddhi will evaluate her speech, and for Samriddhi, I will be evaluating the speech. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Our counter, you forgot about our counter.
Yeah,
Please
Yeah,
introduce
kindly
her.
invite me.
thank
And
you.
for the
I just forgot.
speakers, Prabhat, for first speaker, the evaluator is Samruddhi. For Samruddhi, I'll be evaluating her. Evaluator number 2 is me.
Okay. Thank you very much. Because somebody was asking before you.
Toastmaster Prabhat, if you want to evaluate, then you can share the double evaluation. No problem for Samriddhi.
No,
You can
no
go for
issue.
that if you
After
want to
there
do
is
that as well.
after Manoj shares evaluation, I don't think there would be need to
No,
do.
no. You
But
both
still,
can evaluate
I will
her.
try to. I will try to in a different way because I can't
Yes.
evaluate. It's not advisable to give both evaluations, but I can own my add my flavor or some points to both the evaluations in a nutshell. Thank you, and over to you. And thank once again, Ravinder, for taking this responsibility of our counter. So now all the three roles in tag team have been covered. Let's start, and thank you, and over to you, Toastmasters of the day, Manoj, for the remaining processions.
Thanks a lot, General Evaluator. Now, let's kickstart the meeting. The first segment will keep on rolling, and we'll go on rolling with the first speaker of the day, first speaker of the evening, Toastmaster Tanisa. But before I call her to take on the stage to enthrall all of us, let's call the evaluator. I think she's doing it for the first time. Toastmaster Samruddhi, please give us the evaluation guidelines for the first speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj. So here we are here with the first speaker, that is Toastmaster Tanisha. She is going to deliver her level 1 project 4, and the speech title is Carving the Path of My Life. Very excited to listen to her. Timer, please note down the time for her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of the speech is whatever feedback she has got up till now, to look at the application of all the feedbacks, including the usage of stage and some kind of improvisation in her voice modulation and all. So I would like to, I forgot the name, sorry. I would like to, okay, so
You just
I would
have
like
to
to call
state the
Toastmaster
purpose
Tanisha.
statement. Because title I'll be announcing as the Tmod, you just have to state the purpose statement of this evaluation or guidelines.
So purpose statement, the purpose of this speech is to practice applying feedback, whatever feedback she has got. So that's the purpose only. So all the best to Tanisha, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Samruddhi. You are going to create history today, Samruddhi, by becoming the maiden evaluator, doing it for the first time and scripting your script and creating history. Now, Prabhat, the general evaluator is requested. We are two evaluators today. One is Samruddhi, one is me. I'll request you to give us guidelines where we went wrong, how we can improve on our evaluation as evaluators. Why? For me, it is important. Tomorrow I am in a contest. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I'll be in an evaluation contest in one of the clubs. So I would like to know where I'm going wrong and how I can improve further. And for Samruddhi, of course, he's doing it for the first time. So with your experience, we can improve further. With that, now let's get into the first speaker of the evening, and that is magnificent lady Toastmaster Tanisa from the land of akhrots and apples. And Tanisa, carving path of my life, carving path of my life, Toastmaster Tanisa.
So, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. I have a simple question for you. How do you imagine your life as a blank canvas? Let me tell you, life as a blank page often feels like full of endless possibilities and a touch of uncertainty. Each dream, each moment is like writing the first line of a story, your story. Some strokes are bold and confident, and some are wobbly and unsure. And together these strokes create the masterpiece of who I am. And tonight, I want you to take you on a journey through my life and share the lessons that have helped me to carve my path. Talking about childhood curiosities and dreams. As a child, I was full of curiosity and dream, but I didn't know how to make it happen. And one of a moment that stands out was a group size project at school. I was excited about it and took a lead. But bursting with ideas and energy soon got messy. And I felt like am I audible?
Yes, you are. It's okay.
I felt like I let everyone down. But what I learned from a lesson in leadership. But then my teacher took me aside and said something that stayed with me. You have brilliant ideas, dear. But the true leadership is all about making your team shine. And that moment realized me. True leadership isn't about just taking the charge. It's about empowering others and working together as a team. And from that day on, I began seeing challenges as an opportunity to grow and learn the value and the patience of teamwork. Navigating turning points, choosing my path. As I grew older, life presented me with the biggest question. What path should I take? Like many of you, I felt a mix of uncertainty and fear. Should I take the safe route or embrace the unknown? Overcoming the self-doubt. The biggest decision I made was to study computer science. It wasn't easy for me because I was more interested in creative activities than in logical ones. But I took this challenge interesting by facing all the difficulties at the same time. At first, it was really hard. I had trouble in coding, struggling with sleep, and kept doubting myself. One day, when I felt like giving up, my mom shared a beautiful but a strong lesson to me that every step forward, no matter how small, is still in progress. Celebrating small wins. Her lesson or advice became my mantra. It gave me the power, it gave me the energy to prove myself. After a few weeks, I managed to create a small program that worked perfectly. This might have been a tiny program, but it filled me with great pride. And that moment taught me that growth often comes with the small and teeny steps. As someone once said, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Now, what is my current journey and what will be my future vision? Today, my journey is still going one step at a time. Joining Toastmaster has been a life-changing experience for me. It is where I found my voice. Through giving speeches, I learned to share my story, interact with others, and gain confidence. My first speech was something that I will never forget. I was nervous, my hands shook, and my voice was unsteady. But when I looked the friendly faces in the room, I realized something important, that I wasn't alone. And that moment showed me the power of community and the importance of supporting each other and working as a team. Looking ahead, my vision, my goal is all clear. I want to mix my love for technology and creativity. Whether it's about creating a new AI application or motivating each other with my words. I want to make a big difference. As Oprah Winfrey once said, the biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. Yes, the journey is the reward. Reflecting on my journey, I have come to realize life isn't about reaching to the final destination or bashing your main goal. It's about embracing the process which is still going on, one step at a time. No matter how small, how time it will take, but it will definitely gives you such brilliant result. Each of us holds the brush of our own canvas. The strokes may not be always perfect, but it can show you the power of strength and the power of motivation. So the canvas of life is ready for you, Toastmasters. What masterpiece will you create? The brush is in your hands. So please come along with me and please make a canvas beautiful and wonderful in your ways by holding the brush of your own canvas. So thank you so much.
You did create a masterpiece, Toastmaster Tanisa, with wonderful words and, of course, the timeless wisdom that you shared. True leadership is about making others shine. That one of your teacher taught you, and of course, your mother taught you. Every little step is a step forward. I think those will be our take back home lessons. With that, let's roll over to the second speaker of the evening, who is again Samruddhi, as her name says, suggests. Every step she takes, she leaves her imprint, a growth. Today, she is attempting from the pathway visionary communication, level 1, project 5. Timer to note it is 5 to 7 minutes. And the project objective is to apply whatever evaluation guidelines were given to her last pitch. She is repeating the last pitch today. And the suggestions which were given to her were link introduction to the conclusion. It was wonderfully done by Tanisa today, linking that canvas and putting those colors to create that masterpiece. So same thing we'd like to see in the pitch of Samruddhi. Second, more purposeful vocal jugglery or vocal modulation. So these are the two aspects which were suggested to her by the last evaluator last Saturday. And today she is going to showcase how she has incorporated these two into her today's speech. With that, let's call upon the speaker since I am the evaluator as well as the Tmod. So Toastmaster Tanisa, the power of one voice, the power of one voice, Toastmaster Samruddhi, sorry, Toastmaster Samruddhi, the power of one voice, the power of one voice, Toastmaster Samruddhi.
Be that one voice, the voice that questions,
One minute,
that
one minute,
cares.
Samruddhi, take a pause. Let's have a taste of your voice because there is some kind of disturbance. I'm unable to hear you properly. Please say this is a wonderful day. Let's check your device. I can see you properly, but your voice is breaking.
Am I audible, sir?
Now it is quite clear. Go back and speak as you're saying. Please go back and speak again.
Hello everyone, my name is Samruddhi. Am I audible to everyone?
A bit closer, a
Uh-huh.
bit closer, a bit closer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try again.
Speak.
Hello everyone, my name is Samruddhi. Am I audible and visible?
Yeah. Yeah. Timer. Once you start speaking now, we have to time up.
Be that one voice, the voice that questions, the voice that cares for everyone, the voice that leads. Have you ever heard the phrase, leaders are born, not made? But when we think of a leader, we imagine a person with the booming voices, the person with the charming and attractive personality, and of course the title behind that person. But let me tell you something more interesting. We all have the leaders inside us. Do you want to know? The thing is, we need that right moment to wake that leader up, which is dormant inside us. This happened to me when I was in 11th standard. There was a girls' common room in our college. The place, which is supposed to be clean, hygienic, safe, and comfortable for all the girls, the reality was far behind it. The place was so unhygienic. The dust were there, stains were there, the dustbins were overflowing, the water was overflowing. The place which is meant to be a safe and comfortable, it is a common breeding ground for the diseases. I saw and I was shocked to see them. I discussed with my friends and they were seniors and they were just, oh, this is how it is. Just chill and adjust. I questioned myself. How can I? I step in this common room every single day. Isn't this my responsibility? I need to speak up. I found myself asking, why am I expecting someone else to fix it? Why can't I? Why can't I? This mere question compelled me to think, what should I do now? I went to the friends, I discussed with them, they just, to my relief, agreed with me. We together went to the authorities, and to my surprise, they provided us with a solution. Do you know what the solution was? They asked us to sign up application of over 100 plus signatures. What kind of solution is this? Okay, challenge accepted. For the next 2 days, we were in the parking lot asking, hey girls, please sign this petition. This is for our common good. Do you know what were the reactions? They said, why are you wasting the time? Are you crazy? Look, we are here from years. We are adjusting. You also adjust. But there were another bunch. They were optimistic about it. And they said, hey Samruddhi, we are with you. By hook or by crook, we got the signatures over 250 plus. Hooray, we did it. This was the Eureka moment for us. We went to the authorities, we submitted the petition, and now just waited for the result. Let's see what happens. After the 2 days, we were surprised to see the result. Want to know what happened? We went there and looked. Oh my God, the stains. As if we are seeing it for the first time, the palace. It is nothing more and less than a palace because it's our common room. Everyone was happy to see the clean floors, the sanitized floors. Everything was there, what we had demanded. We did it. But there was something which struck in my mind. That was a moment of realization. Just one voice, and we can see the revolution. My God, look at the power of the one voice. That was indeed a moment of realization for me. Very often we have so many questions bothering in our community, in our home, workplace, everywhere. But what do we choose? We choose to prefer mom. Why do I speak up? It's not my responsibility. What if your voice made a small difference? What if you just take this as your responsibility? Because remember, the real change happens when you take responsibility on your shoulders, not just being a mere spectator. Oh, let's see what happens. We just play a blame great game. But no, we have to speak up now. Let me invite you. Whenever such questions bother you, just think, what if my voice can make a small difference? I will. Why can't I? Because this is my responsibility. Remember, the leaders are not only with the titles. Even if you are having the strong conviction, strong reason, you can be a leader. So are you ready to raise your voice? Because we don't have to be the loudest to be a leader. We just have to be a brave enough to be a leader. Just enough to start. Remember, the one voice can spark the revolution. And that voice can be yours. So be that one voice. The voice that questions. The voice that cares for everyone. And the voice that leads. Thank you, and over to you.
I'm speechless, Samruddhi. Wonderful, impactful speech. Be that voice, yes, definitely will become that voice to leave an impact as you left an impact on the audience today where they are listening to you. We'll be back with evaluation in the third segment. So now it's time to unravel the mystery behind the history. But remember, if you forget your history, you are digging your own grave. I feel saddened to see our Western neighbor, the child that we gave birth to in 1971, is delinking itself from its mother. It's trying to wipe out the history. If Mahatma Gandhi is considered as the father of modern India, Bharat, and Jinnah is considered as the, I don't know what they call in Pakistan, but as the father of Pakistan, so too Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is considered as the father of Bangladesh. Now they're destroying that history, destroying the museums. They've attacked the house where he lived in. It was a piece of history. They've destroyed, ramsackled, carried those things away. And it is all government motivated. It is sad to see it is happening in our neighborhood. I don't know what's going to happen to that country. I feel for it because we had created that. Sometimes it strikes my mind we shouldn't have created a new country, we should have made it a part of India. But that is not something to be talked of. We have never occupied foreign land, rather, people have occupied us. But with that, let's get into the third segment. But somebody, a newcomer, has joined us. Komal, could you take a minute to come on camera if it's possible, or tell us something about you before we embark on the second segment of today's evening? Are you a
Hi,
Toastmaster
Manoj.
guest? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Toastmaster from TCS Maitri Toastmasters Club. And I joined the meeting today to just get to know about the club and to learn about various roles and
Okay.
how the proceedings for your club, how is it different from our club, and what are some of the improvements and which could be made in our club and in my role specifically. If I take
Oh,
any role, what enhancements I can make. Yeah.
wonderful and welcome. Be a part of the journey.
Yeah.
And we have a TTM segment coming up. Take on a part in that and showcase your talent. With
Yeah.
that, let's get into the TTM of today's evening, and it's going to be conducted by somebody who is outshining each one of us with a vocabulary, with the power of a speech, and the kind of ambience he creates whenever he speaks. So, Toastmaster Tanisa, take it forward and quiz all of us. Let's see how we leave our mark when you take on the stage.
So thank you so much to Tmod, Manoj. So good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. Today I'm excited to be your table topic master. And before we jump into table topic session, let me take a quick moment to explain the timing guidelines for this session. Just a quick moment. uh, Timer will show the green card at 1 minute, the yellow card at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and the red card at 2 minutes. The speaker will also have the grace period of 30 seconds on either side of the specific time limits. So, as we continue with this table topic segment, we all know table topics help us to improve our quick building, our impromptu speaking, and also help us to develop, to gain confidence and personality. So that is exactly where we are going to do today. So before we adding a twist, our theme for this session is the mystery of history. History is filled with fascinating and fantastic secrets, unanswered questions, and powerful stories that still echo today. And from lost civilization to unsolved mystery, I really got nostalgic from hearing those history figures to unforgotten moments. We are going to explore it all today with every one of you. So don't worry, this session isn't about just facts or dates or just historical building. So it's about using your imagination, drawing from your own experiences, and bringing the past to life in your words. So that is why this session is important for our meeting. So let's unlock some mysteries together, one speaker at a time. So with that, I will give a topic to anyone. So please get prepared. I can pick random. So I will give you few seconds to analyze your answer, to make your answer more amazing and interesting. So my first question is, so are you excited, everyone? All right. So what does history mean to you? I repeat, what does history mean to you? And with this, I want to call Toastmaster Gaurav. So Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanisha, for asking this very difficult question, because from the very beginning I was afraid of the history classes. It was always difficult to remember all the lessons from the history, right from the Aryan invasion and the medieval history and the modern history. This I recollect that history was three segments. So it was prehistoric era, then medieval history, and the modern history. So modern history was something which we can correlate, but the medieval history and the pre-era history was something that to be only to be learned, and I cannot find any use of all those knowledge at that point of time. But as I grew up, right, so I can understand the correlation what history creates with your current life, right? It gives the guidance path, like how our ancestors have lived in the difficult times, how they have evolved the civilization they lived in, and how does their experiences that is quoted in all those documents help us to become a better civilization, right? So that is something that is to be learned and understood from the history. So for to make the long story short, for going forward, it is important that we learn from the experiences that is documented, right? So that gives us a added advantage, a added step to take a bigger leap in our progression towards human civilizations. So that was my thought on this topic, Toastmaster Tanisha. With this, I'd like to hand it back to you.
So thank you so much, Toastmaster Gaurav, for sharing your history knowledge with us. Next, and with that, I would like to ask the next question, which is, if you could time travel, where would you go? I repeat, if you could time travel, where would you go? So I would like to choose Toastmaster Komal. So Toastmaster Komal. So Toastmaster Komal, are you there?
We can call Dipesh in case
Okay,
Komal's not.
so Toastmaster Dipesh.
Do you mind if I go next?
All right, no worries, no worries. I would like to call Toastmaster who was listening and carefully. So Toastmaster Pravad. So Toastmaster Pravad, if you could time travel, where would you go? Over to you.
I'm feeling nostalgic that if at all you allow me to time travel, I would travel to the field of battle where Mahabharata took place. Crazy man who wants to go to Mahabharata, a field where all the bombs and arrows are being showered upon like flowers. Crazy. I would never go. But I go with a different purpose. I was I would simply crawl in and sit on the chariot of Arjuna, where Krishna is emanating his wisdom and showering on his gracious and thoughtful words, all the happenings and the possibilities in the world to Arjuna. because I love to read Bhagavad Gita, and I find it very difficult to grasp the essence of those verses in Bhagavad Gita. How would it feel to hear it from the person who narrated himself? It would be a rare opportunity, and I will thank you, Tanisha, if you could really make it happen in the real world. And I will be grateful for that. And if I am blessed to go there and get an essence of those teachings, those life transforming learnings that would make me blissful, irrespective of the situations and the difficulties around. That is what I desire to become and bring into my own life. And the second purpose is to meet the Lord Himself in an incarnation, where in this lifetime it won't be possible to meet an incarnation with a short span of life. Those two essence, I would be really thankful if you can arrange a flight back to through a time travel to that Kurukshetra, where I can take a feel of that war, and irrespective of those frivolous noises, I would rather cherish the teachings of Lord Krishna. Would you like to join me in that flight? Thank you. Over to you.
So thank you so much, Toastmaster Prabhat, for offering me this opportunity. So just a second. So my next question is, which place in history would you like to visit? I repeat, which place in history would you like to visit? And I would like to call guest Dipesh. So guest Dipesh, I request you to kindly turn on your cameras.
My apologies, I cannot turn on my camera as of now.
So no worries. Do I need to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
Okay. My question is, which place in history would you like to visit? Over to you.
Well, somebody who is a history lover, I think they have plethora of places to visit. And every time they read something about history, it just fills me up with immense amount of fascination, immense amount of curiosity, be it anything. So clearly, it's not a single place which I want to visit. Right from the witnessing the freedom struggles of or the 20th century, from the 1857 mutiny, and again the American War of Independence and the French Revolution back in 18th century. I think every event has its own significance, its own learning. So those places is like it feels like I wish I really had a time machine to travel to all those places. But considering the practicalities, we can't do that. That's obvious. But to build a national integration, to not I mean to build a national character, it's important for all of us, not just the lovers of history, to visit those places, especially the places which sparked revolution, the places which shaped our destinies. So, for example, tomorrow happens to be the 106th commemoration of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Now, it's important for us, I think, to everybody, if somebody is close to Amritsar, to go and visit that place, to actually know the atrocities, actually know I'm not getting the words because the words carry a lot of weight. So I won't use those words, but I think everybody should visit those places. And the fascinating thing about a history is that places always tell you stories. Never read history like history. Read it as learning and story, because every place, every brick of those places carry a story in itself. I remember visiting cellular jail in Andamans back in like 2017, where every jail, every prison has it screamed out its own story. And the very jail I clicked photograph on, I later came to know that a freedom fighter sacrificed his life in that very jail. So I think we should visit such kind of places. to imbibe the character and to build a national character, because this is necessary for revolution, change, and patriotism. Back to you, tabletop master.
So thank you so much to guest Dipesh for acknowledging us with your history mystery. So thank you so much. So my next question is, how do you think the dinosaurs disappeared? I repeat, how do you think the dinosaurs disappeared? And for this question, I would like to call Toastmaster Manoj.
I was busy deciphering the dinosaur. And you're asking me how I made that? Disappeared. If I can go back, yes, those big creatures roaming around this Mother Earth, prowling around, attacking anyone they liked, whether they are herbivorous or carnivorous. I'm not sure. Some species are herbivorous, some species are carnivorous, but the huge, giant kind of gigantic creatures vanished. And how did they vanish? I've just showed you how did they vanish. Like any kind of creature, they go kaput anytime. Like I too, I'm standing over here, anytime I'll go kaput, vanish into thin air. That's the beauty of our existence. But they have become part of history. And once they become part of history, people get to know them and we love to see those wonderful movies of dinosaurs. Different museums, people create those creatures and you get to learn and try to read about them. Climbing on the backs today appears so very exciting and click a selfie. I wish we could meet those live creatures and climb on their back, go around the whole universe. That would be exciting, isn't it? Climbing the back of a dinosaur, visiting all those history back in time. But that is all imagination. Let me come back to today's meeting. Yes, 1,000 years back, I was the catalyst to vanish them from the world. But today, I'm talking about that. Over to you.
So thank you so much, Toastmaster Manoj, for giving your beautiful perspective and for giving this tricky question a simple answer. So with that, I would like to conclude this table topic session right here. And I would like to again hand over this stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanisa. Relatable topics. You gave chance to the guests, the Toastmasters, made all of us happy. Speaking about impromptu topics, quite relatable, at the same time difficult, easier, and all exciting topics to air our views. And when you are challenged, we grow, we create history, we script history. And thank you, Dipesh, for reminding us of Jallianwala Bagh, whatever happened over there. Tomorrow is the day we need to remember again. Because if you forget history, history is not going to forgive us. So let's remember history to grow, to ruminate, to be nostalgic, to remember all those heroes, those that struggled. With that, let's get into the third segment of today's evening, and that is evaluation. And it's going to be conducted by our own Toastmaster, who is a veteran, who always brings a lot of wisdom with him. So over to you, Toastmaster Prabhat, for conducting the third segment of the meeting.
Thank you very much once again, Toastmaster of the day, Manoj. First of all, I would like to invite the first evaluator of the first speaker. I would request Toastmaster Samriddhi to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Tanisa. Please bear in mind the evaluation time is 3 minutes, and I would suggest to cover especially the recommendation part in her last speech, apart from your own observations. Thank you. Over to you, Samriddhi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pravat. So first of all, I would like to tell you that kudos to you, Toastmaster Tanisha. You have very well presented your speech today. Starting with your content, as always, your content was very apt, and these sentences which you have crafted was the uh, the multi the small multi phrases which you have used in your speeches. I liked it so much. For example, celebrate small wins, embracing the process, the canvas of life is ready for you. This is a conclusion which you have presented. So whatever the IBC structure, intro, body, and conclusion was very well organized, and your transition was fluent. The content delivery was also very apt. So what I like was multiple times we often have this low moment where we forget. There is so much of overwhelming process where we tend to forget the things. It's okay. But the most important thing was you very confidently came back, bounced back, and continued your speech. So again, kudos to you. It is a very tough to digest how we forget. So it was kind of nostalgic moment for me. It happens to us. It's okay. But the most important is we come back and deliver the thing at the same momentum which we have started and created. So that was so much commendable. The two recommendations I would like to give is I felt that the eye contact was slightly missing. So try to work on that. I know this is a virtual space. We are having some restraints over here. So, but we can slightly work on that. So please work on your eye contact. And second one, the usage of stage. You can slightly move and showcase your hand gestures. So these were the two recommendations: eye contact and stage usage. Otherwise, the content and your delivery, your vocal variety, I felt was on par with your energy, and it was very well framed, very well crafted, and very well delivered. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Samriddhi. It being your first evaluation, you did a great job. Kudos. Now I request the evaluator of the second speaker, Samriddhi, Toastmaster Manoj. Toastmaster Manoj, the evaluator of second speech and second speaker, Samriddhi. Over to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Voice is a blissful gift to human beings. And if we can use it well, we leave an impact. Be that voice that questions, voice that cares for everyone, and voice that leads. And today, with a nicely carved title, The Power of One Voice, Toastmaster Samruddhi, you Because in that journey of your impactful act in your college, a common room is a common room need to be used by all the girls. But that has become most unhygienic place. Everybody accepted it. Like we always do, most of us do. We criticize, but we do not do anything. But you took a step forward and made the change. And the content, as your last evaluator has given you, two aspects need to be incorporated in today's speech. One was link the intro to the conclusion. That was done wonderfully well. Those three lines, impactful lines that you ended with, were the three important lines that you began your talk with. Now, beside this, you had gestures, open gestures. When you use open gestures, they become impactful. And your gestures were not too much, but they are and gel with your content well. Now, coming into facial expression also, you did use that facial expression. When you showed that disgust looking at those dirty places, it reflected on your face. And that jubilation when you got those signatures of your friends. And beside that, you didn't forget to use the space, taking some of your friends, oh, why are you wasting your time on this? And some of your friends, here, do it. Let's do something. So you could use the space. So kudos to you for doing all these wonderful things, carving out your impactful speech. Now, the second suggestion given to you was voice modulation. I felt though you used it, it can be improved further. Whenever you ask a question, it needs to be asked like a question. There's a doubt in my mind. How do I do it? Am I capable enough? The question along with the emotions that need to be there. Try to work on it further. You use that refrain. Why can't I? Why can't I? If you're using a refrain, one sentence twice, one has to be lower voice, the other one should be higher. So bring all this, or else your content is carved with air, with impact. Bring in this vocal variety to take it to the next level. Waiting to hear more of you. Thank you. Over to General Evaluator of this meeting.
What a wonderful evaluation, Mr. Manoj. Really appreciate and enjoy it. Now I would request the first role player, the timer, Toastmaster Gaurav, to present the timer's report precisely. Please have in mind the time available. And also because you are also the role player for grammarian, I would like to complete both the roles at one go, just giving a pause that and shifting that you are presenting both the roles. And someone can time, please, Toastmaster Gaurav, while he is presenting the evaluation of the timers. Ravinder, can you time him?
Toastmaster Prabhat, is this required to time the grammarian as well as the timer role? I don't think so. Is it required, Toastmaster Manoj?
Yes. They get 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Sure.
What do
Wait,
you,
Toastmaster Gaurav. Yeah, please wait. Let me open my cloud.
Mr. Gaurav, the role
Yeah,
of
sure.
the grammar? Over to you.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Prabhat. And I have shared my screen. Just let me know if it is visible to all the members.
Can you zoom it a bit?
I
It can
can
happen only.
I can put
Not
it on the slide mode, but again,
no. Now it's
yeah,
okay. Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
no, it's okay. Good, great. So
Manage.
anyway, this is the timer report that I wanted to share with all of you. So we had 2 prepared speeches and we had 4 table topic sessions. And for the prepared speeches, the time allocated was 5 to 7 minutes. And Toastmaster Tanisha, our first speaker, took 7 minutes 25 seconds to complete her speech. Toastmaster Samriddhi, the second speaker for today's prepared speeches, took 7 minutes 9 seconds against the time allocated to of 5 to 7 minutes. For the table topic, the time allocated was 1 to 2 minutes, and I took 1 minute 44 seconds to complete my speech. Toastmaster Pravat took 2 minutes 19 seconds to complete his speech. Guest Deepesh took 2 minutes 25 seconds, and Toastmaster Manoj took 2 minutes 11 seconds to complete his speech. So all are qualified for in terms of the timing guidelines for today's meeting. Now coming to the evaluator, the time allocated to the evaluator was 2 to 3 minutes, and Toastmaster Samriddhi took 2 minutes 49 seconds. Toastmaster Manoj took 3 minutes 40 seconds for sharing his evaluation. So this was the timers report. Now I will just quickly touch upon or share the grammarian report for today's meeting. So the word of the day that was given today was nostalgic. Toastmaster Pravat used this word of the day for 2 minutes, for 2 times. Toastmaster Tanisha used it once. Toastmaster Samriddhi used it once. I regret if I missed anybody, but this is what I can hear during the meeting. If anybody has spoken, I regret for that portion. But today, a thing, what one thing which was very encouraging was the usage of language. I could not find any improper usage of language by all the speakers. So this is kudos. We can pat our backs for this achievement that we have done for today. It was all awesome. Everybody was flawless for in terms of the usage of the English language. So that was a great achievement. In terms of some of the good learnings and quotes that I can correlate or that I can grasp from today's meeting was like true leadership is about empowering others and work as a team. Every step forward is improvement. So all these two are a punchline which inspire the real leadership behavior within us. The journey is the reward. So this sentence every time I think it is very difficult to explain, but that gives a lot of energy that if you are in a journey, that itself is a reward of achieving something bigger in the life. Very impactful, be the voice for everyone. Very impactful. So as a leader, we should take care and we take care of the people and the surrounding around us. So this is impactful. And the biggest thing is the question, why can't I? Why can't I? So this is again encouraging. Voice is a blissful gift to human beings. So this is something which is specific to human, and it is a really gift which we can utilize. One thing that I have observed in today's meeting was the pronunciation. So somebody used the word tiny in a very different way, which was very difficult to correlate. But later I realized that the pronunciation for that particular word was not correct. So this was the report from my side. With this, I like to hand it back you, Toastmaster Pravat. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Gaurav, for playing multiple roles and taking simultaneous observations from the speakers and putting them precisely for our improvement. Now, to request the R counter for today, this is Ravinder. Please present your report. Over to you, Ravinder.
Can you see my screen? Is it visible? Or should I increase the size?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhat Mehra, General Evaluator, for calling me for this role report. First, I talk about my nostalgic moment. During last 3 terms, I have never taken this role, but today when I took this role at the last moment, then I thought this is a wonderful role. It will help me to listen attentively. So first I will talk about the Toastmaster Gaurav. He used so this 2 times and cannot also 2 times. And Toastmaster Manoj as well as the Toastmaster Prabhat, they both were the flawless. I took so 1 time just now. And Toastmaster Tanisha used so words 15 times and words 6 times, but words 4 times. And she used 2 long pauses. And Toastmaster Simriti used so 5 times, 5 times, but 4 times, 1 long pauses. And she used the long words like I would like to, 2 times. And Toastmaster Komal, I think I couldn't observe because she didn't open the mic for the table topic section. And if I talk about the Toastmaster Dipesh, he used a 2 time, but 3 times, the 4 times, and 2 times. That's all from my side. The only suggestion I would like to give is if you are going to take long pauses or if you forget what next, then kindly don't take long pauses. Just add humor in the speech, or you can add questions rather than asking, "Am I audible?" or switch off the camera. Don't show any kind of nervousness during the speech. Just handle the situation in a best way. So we all are learning these skills in this TI platform. Otherwise, kudos to everyone for taking the role at the last moment and making this meeting beautiful. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Prabhat Vera.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ravinder, for very clearly minutizing all the minute observations and also sharing your thoughts on how to improve it, which is the basic essence of this role. Thank you both the role players for doing justice to your role and bringing more clarity for further improvement in our subsequent meetings. Now, I would like to present myself the overall proceedings of the meeting. The meeting started well in time. Thank you very much for appearing in time and inviting others, especially Tanisa and Samriddhi, joining at 7:45 and waiting for others and giving calls. Please join. Thank you very much for taking continuously such initiatives, and this has helped you as well to become more leaders through taking initiatives. One thing I would suggest, I'm also part of this first, to taking additional responsibilities where the roles were not filled until 7:45. So this could have been filled up by say around 7. Still, some of us try to take multiple roles. By this process, actually the learning process gets impeded. If you can do justice to both roles at any moment of time, you can do justice to one role with optimum capacity of comprehending, analyzing, giving genuine feedback to the persons who are devoting their time for around 2 hours in the meeting. One thing that could have been improvised prior to commencement of the meeting is a schedule that we originally earlier sharing the group how the meeting should proceed by 8:00 the meeting starts 8:02 the SAA gives her report, her report. By 8:58 the TTM ends, the evaluation process starts, because it is difficult to track the time. So I had to intervene with Tanisa that you wind up, otherwise we will overrun the time. So next time I would request, as you used to do, take a little bit pen to put the agenda in place so that we can make it tweak it later on. But having that agenda, because once what you don't measure, you don't maintain. The famous management guru, the Peter Drucker, had once said. So let's put things first in the first perspective with a schedule so that we can maintain it. Tmod did a fantastic job as usual, taking us to a time of time travel, in fact, to the history and reminding very vividly and vigorously the intense scenes that were being enlivened, like Jallianwala Bagh and some others. And I was expecting a bit like he used to do in earlier sessions, maybe during the intervening periods, like between one speech is over and second speech takes 1 to 2 minutes and 1.5 minutes to bring this topic forward. So to keep the momentum of the theme throughout the speech. So you did it so many times and wonderfully in the past. Maybe because of their confusions in the role players in the last moment might have caused this. But he has been a seasoned Toastmaster of the day. He has played this role so wonderfully on many occasions I have observed. Coming to the table topic master, kudos Toastmaster Tanisa for giving so much, for bringing much variety and much thoughtful topics to the session. Every one of us enjoyed. To be honest, when you ask the question, because you asked the question first and invited the person later, that creates a bit suspicion and eagerness. It is mine. Is it mine? So when you put the question, I was really expecting that I should take the topic, but you asked someone, she didn't respond. You asked another one, probably Dipesh. He said, I will take the next topic, and it came back to me. Maybe the law of attraction worked here. So generally, in a lighter mode, I would have a couple of suggestions, because you are taking or not you have taken they're taken you a couple of times, but to take it forward and to make it better. This first of all, kudos that the theme was in sync with the that of the table Tmod. During your speech, you spoke as the counter has already suggested, so many swords. So so once we try to improvise that, that brings more engagement, more connection with the audience. And after each speaker concludes his speech or her speech, you thank that I completely appreciate. But thank for what? Just add one aspect. Like Ravinder said, Ravinder couldn't take, Sister Manoj said, yeah, suppose I said, I don't exactly recall what Manoj said. Let me say, if given an opportunity, I will time travel to the Kurukshetra and had an opportunity to listen to Lord Krishna give the wisdom, sharing his wisdom with Arjuna and all. For example, say, thank you to Mr. Prabhat for taking up this topic and coming with your minute observations and with a clarity. And I really love the jewels of wisdom that has been shared in Bhagavad Gita and the words of Krishna. You thank, but thank for what? In real life also, we also use the similar thing. Thank you, Tanisa, that you helped me in this way. Thanks, then for what? Then first evaluator, Samriddhi, kudos for completing your fast evaluation in the Toastmaster sessions. And makes you more resourceful, enriching, and better speaker on the go. It's a courage. Your courage muscle gets stronger the day you take initiatives and you travel to an unknown terrain. However, I would not leave any scope for feedbacks, because already you have already attended so many evaluation sessions, but still I have 2 to 3 just notches. You should have started like Manoj did in the second tranche. How do you feel about the speech? Your suggestion, your commendations came first. Okay, that's okay. But I would suggest try this one. Next time you give evaluation, you start with how did you feel about the speaker and the speech in 1 or 2 sentences maximum. Your feeling, not that what went well. Like, wow, I really enjoyed the way that you kept me engaged throughout the speech, through your life journeys. This is a feeling. I was really awestruck the way you brought your life situation where you went through so much miseries in life, yet you bounced back in the right time. And see, you're the confident person before me. I couldn't believe it. The emotions that should be visible in the evaluator, how you felt about the speaker and speech in the first instance. Then recommendation part, as you do, because it depends on your experience. and the more clarity you bring to your perception and listening skills and how do you comprehend, it grows over time. There are no comments on that. And recommendation, you gave 2 recommendations. And I was expecting one recommendation that comments on achievement of the project achievements, like Manoj did it perfectly. So he was well aware what your project was about. So he came up with suggestions whether you really achieved the project objectives, because that is the objective that you came up with for this speech. So one point would have been addressed, because this is a normal Toastmaster platform. So you need to address that issue. In a competition, it's different. In a contest, it's different. Now, because you are addressing the speech project of Tanisha, so you need to address that whether she has achieved her project objective. Project objective was improved in such things. You achieved those project objectives. Kudos. If not, you achieved these aspects, and the remaining 2 aspects, so please take care in your next speech, and I would see a better speaker in you. And summary, the way Manoj, you might have observed when the seasoned speakers use this platform, and this is a learning for all of us. The summary that you use, you first, then once you completed your commendation, then recommendation, when you conclude in last 30, 35, 40 seconds, you once again repeat those commendations. You spoke so well with clarity and confidence. You brought so many live examples to this platform, and you used your own experiences so that we could get connected to you. And with this, if you could implement 2 of my observations, I would certainly see a next better speaker when you present the next, in your next speech. So that what you speak the last, the listener listen, that impression remains with me for long. When it comes to the second evaluator, Manoj, the brilliant evaluation, didn't leave almost any scope. She treated with a quote from the speech itself and how the project was implemented as per the project objective, summarized brilliantly. Only one suggestion and request to, because he's will be participating in a contest in next 12 hours. So only the time aspect, the 3 minutes 40 seconds is what really bothers me, because with a person with so much talent and resources, if he misses out on a time, that it will be a misuse of the talent. Actually, we will be missing out. So there is no other thing. Otherwise, it was on a perfect way. If you, I'm sorry that instead of 9:30, I just overran the time because the table topic session ended at 9 or 10. I would take a couple of minutes to complete remaining things, because maybe some evaluations, some feedbacks, maybe to maybe helpful to someone. I would end up in the next 2 minutes. Just much Tanisha, during your first speech, you started with so. You can rewind the speech and listen, because we are eagerly waiting how Tanisha starts the speech. So my speech is, this is not something that we would be expecting as a spectator or an audience. And I love the way the used journey is the reward. Not just listening, rather I would like to bring it to my own life much more. And Samriddhi, the power of one voice. You struggled to some extent with your connectivity. Many good quotes, a lot of confidence and all that. Only the feedbacks I would like to suggest. Voice modulation with much improvement, yet because we are part of your project, we can work on it to take it more forward. And one thing that I would like to implement in your next speech is your voice emotion match. For example, you said, hooray. Would you really say hooray with your friends in this way? If no one of us is observing, hooray! Yeah, hooray! Bring that emotion to your speech, because you did a wonderful job and did justice to your speech. But these small minor aspects keep us more engaged, because while you are speaking, maybe you are involved, but you don't know whether we are involved or not. When do we do this? What happened? Even if I'm distracted for a second, then I will be back. And you ended with a question. I thought the speech came to an end there. Like, what if my voice can make a small change? Over to you. That would have been the conclusion. Maybe you make a bit little shift. Thereafter, you went on to say a small change. No, you don't know the power of your voice. You can bring it. If you you realize your potential, it can take it to a next level. Thereafter, it was not necessary. Had this been just prior to this question, it would have been more impactful. If we leave with a quote or a question, be it the last, not last but one. That's all. And small change in the order only. No more suggestions. And Gaurav, one suggestion only. When Tanisha gave you a topic, untable topic, you started like a chatting. Maybe because that was about to start. Like he gave a topic. I don't know the history. I don't love the history. Let's take and accept Ajay speech itself. Later part, after 1 minute, around 1 minute, your flow came. But that should have been, if table topic is posed to you, then it should we should accept as a speech. Maybe 2 minute speech, 1.5 minute speech, and you took 1 minute 44 seconds. We could have leveraged it around 20-30 seconds more, because this is a platform to leverage our strengths and to improve our speaking skills. And last suggestion from me is long pauses, how to handle. One suggestion, in case someone is taking long pauses, you can just look at the audience in a different way. No one knows what goes in your mind. Rather than thinking, taking long pauses and giving your true emotions through your face, why not do this? What Gaurav is doing. I'm thinking, but I'm looking at other people. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day. And sorry for taking more time than what I should have taken. Over to you.
I think it was required. Thank you for giving all those insightful nuggets that's going to take us further in our journey of improvement. We'll end it. I don't have anything more to add. Our counter, when you show the report, if anyone has more than 5, you just mention more than 5. No need to say 10, 15. That generally is not done in Toastmasters. We just say more than 5. And Tanisha, one suggestion is there too much of information in your script. Too much. I found it to be too much and too many. They can be reduced a bit. You're going from one to another. It was going, right? It is speeding a train. That's why those long pauses are coming in. So take on 2 or 3, then it will be manageable. And we can also register it. Or else it was sounding so good. But everything was so, like, too many of good things in one plate. It is difficult to digest. That's what I found. Or else we had a good meeting. With that, over to Toastmaster, presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Ravinder Kaur.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We can take a
Toastmaster of the
feedback
day.
from Dipesh before we
Yeah,
end.
definitely we will ask. Toastmaster Dipesh, kindly open your mic and please share your feedback regarding today's meeting.
I really love the meeting. I don't know if I love history, that's the reason, or is it just my love for Toastmasters? But anyways, I did love, doesn't matter what's the reason. I totally enjoyed the meeting. And everybody played their roles very well, and I learned a lot about everybody's opinion. So back to you, Ravinder.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dipesh. With this, let's conclude this meeting number 187. And I request Toastmaster Tanisha to kindly stop the recording and